You need to take action on the stuff that you need to do. I needed to take action so that I could provide for my family. You need to stop walking and fly home from bird church. You need to stop playing defense and start playing offense.
Most pilots don't understand what career opportunities are available in the world of aviation. They're making career decisions based on advice from friends or posts on internet forums, meaning they are taking huge risks with their livelihood without having all the details. This podcast was created to help you understand the aviation industry so you can find your dream job. Let's get ready for Pushback. Here's your host and my dad, Nik Fialka.
Hey pilot, it's Nick, and this is another solo episode. And today we are talking about bird church. Now, my friend Adam Adams is the guy I heard this story from. It was really compelling. He runs a podcast called Grow Your Show, one of my favorite podcasts. It's all about podcasting, right? So why not a podcaster listen to a show about podcasting? But he tells a story about bird church, right? And here it is. So there's this church full of birds, right? A congregation of birds. And every day they walk to church. Every Sunday they walk to church. And they love it. They have amazing feelings, that they're moved deep in their hearts, and it's great. They hear an awesome sermon, they enjoy, they have a big cookout, and their life is awesome. And then they walk home and they live their life. And one day they're at church, and there's a preacher. He comes in from out of town, and he tells this amazing testimony about flying. He says, "You'll never believe it. Like, we can fly. It's amazing. We can fly." And he tells the people, the birds in the church, that they can fly. And he says, "You don't have to walk anymore." And everybody's like, "What? How? Like, what is this all about?" He's like, "All you do, you flap your arms and it lifts you up." So everyone in the church, they start flapping their arms at bird church and they start flying. And it's amazing. They're so thrilled. They're stoked. And it's just the best. And then at the end of church, they all walk home. So the moral is they didn't take a massive action. They learned that they could do it, but they never did it again. And you and I, we do that all the time. We're human beings and we tend to do the easier thing. Sometimes it's not flying, right? Sometimes we forget that we can fly. For instance, so the other day, I was out mountain biking with my son, Forsadi. He's 10. He loves it. He thinks it's amazing. He's getting fast and I'm trailing behind him and he's having such a great time. He just loves it. And we were up at this trail and we came up over the top of this hill and there was a really steep downhill around a corner and he slams on his brakes and I slam on my brakes and I almost run into him and he's so scared. Like, he is petrified because of this hill is too steep. And I'm like, "Dude, you got to go, man. Come on, buddy. Like, you can make this. You can do it." He's like, No. So he gets off his bike and he walks down the hill with his bike. And I'm like, "Bro, you can't do this. Come on, man. You can make this." He walks down the hill and we get to the bottom. And at the bottom of the hill, I said, "Hey, man, let's take a break. Let's just chill out and drink some water and give him a fig bar." And we talked about the fact that we can do hard things, that he is a really good mountain biker, that he can really, he's got good hips. He can control the bike. He's light on his pedals. He gets his butt back on the downhills. He's not squeezing the handlebars. He's looking into the future for the next turn and the next turn instead of what's immediately in front of him. He's doing all the right things. But that one thing he can't get his mind past is that the hill is too steep. And so it's seemingly impossible. And I'm like, "Dude, I know you can do this." So I went up to the top and I said, "Watch, this is how I do." We talked about what line to take, how to get across this one rut. And we went down. I went down and around the corner, stopped, and we talked about it. And I said, "You can do this too." So I walked him up to the top of the hill, left my bike at the bottom, and he got on. And it took a couple seconds of him just kind of getting his jitters out, and finally just let go of the brakes and he let it ride. And I mean, like he didn't just let it ride. His whole bike, he was like full kamikaze down that hill, and he made it. And he got to the bottom, and man, he was all smiles. Like he was so excited. He just nailed it. And the next time we came around, it was 2 days later, come around up the hill, down around the corner, he comes screaming around the bend, doesn't slow down one bit and just crushes it. And I love it. And it's awesome. So here's the deal. He wanted to walk instead of fly, right? He wanted to walk home instead of fly home. Just like Bird Church, right? He had to do the thing that was difficult to overcome it so that he could fly home. He loves riding. Versati loves it. When he's done screaming down that hill, I asked him if he wanted to do it again. He's like, heck yes. And he wanted to keep going back up to the top of the hill and just like zooming back down. And I love it. Like once a kid starts sending it, it just makes you feel awesome. So all the things that push our comfort zone, right? Those are the things that can help us. They can benefit us. They can help us grow as human beings. When you push a little bit past your comfort zone, it makes you better. It makes you wiser. It makes you stronger, right? That's the only way our muscles get stronger. We flex them, we strain them, we make them work, and it makes us strong. I lost a bunch of weight once with this organization called Eager to Motivate. And if you guys have ever heard of it, it's a really awesome program. But I was pretty overweight. I was drinking a lot of IPAs. Man, I love an IPA. I was being super sedentary. I hadn't worked out in years. 5 kids, moving, military stuff, working airlines, long days, long shifts, all that stuff. Just really started wear on me, man. I was like 50 pounds overweight. And it was like, there's always tomorrow, always start tomorrow, always start tomorrow, always start tomorrow. Like we always procrastinate. We always put stuff off. And then we never lose weight. We never ride down the steeper hill. Guess what? Here we are. We are in Bird Church. What do you think this podcast is? This podcast is Bird Church. And I am the out-of-towner telling you that you can fly, that you can do hard things, that you can go and get moving. And when you are done listening here at Bird Church, I want you to leave and take action. I want you to fly home. This is what we are talking about. This is exactly why you're here. Every single week, you listen to me, you dial in, listen to the really interesting interviews, enjoy the funny parts, listen to the solo episodes, and it's all Bird Church. So start flying and stop walking. So you need to take action on the stuff that you need to do. I needed to take action with losing weight and working out and getting fit so that I could provide for my family. So you need to stop walking and fly home from Bird Church, all right? You need to stop playing defense and start playing offense. So let's get your application done. Here is what I want you to do, okay? If you don't already have your applications done, let's go ahead and start it. Let's get your logbooks in order, get an app review going, start networking, get involved, start volunteering. Most of all, I don't want you to wait until you get an invitation to an interview to start preparing it. It is time to do that now. I'm telling you to start flying home. You've been walking and now we're practicing to fly. Here you are, you're listening. You are already here. You are ready. We're in the sermon. We're learning how to fly. And so now we're ready to leave the church and start flying. Take action that you need to do to change your family tree. It's time for you to push past that point in your comfort zone. Now is the time to fly, and here are the things that I want you to do. First thing I want you to do is go get a draft resume. If you don't have a drafted resume, like something basic that you have, a one-pager, you're not important enough to have 2 pages. All the CEOs, they have 1-pagers, so you have a 1-pager too. So if you don't have one, look, just go to my website, spitfireelite.com/podcast, and go get it. It's free. I've got a template right there. It is my actual resume. It is the one that I use. So go get it and start filling it out. Put your information in it. It's a good freaking resume. Second, start filling out your applications. If you're at a regional, you want to go to a major, well then start. Let's go. Why are you just waiting? Let's go. If you're a CFI and you want to go to regional, get your app started. You don't have to publish it right now, but you need to get it started because it takes forever. If you want to go somewhere, like you want to go somewhere cool and boutique, like Jet Edge or JSX or Raven or Connect or any of these cool companies, and you're not quite there on hours or something's, you're almost there. I want you today to reach out. Tell them that you heard me chatting with them and that you're interested and you want to know because they want you. If you're not ready yet, if you don't have the hours yet, if you don't have the whatever the thing is that they need, start the conversation because this is the time that they need pilots and they want to know you. And if you want to be part of them, bring it. All right. If you're stuck and you don't know what you need to do, if you need somebody to tell you to get off your ass, send me an email. I'll respond, podcast@spitfireelite.com, right? I want you where you want to be. I want your family where they will be most fulfilled. And most of all, I want you flying. I want you flying literally in the airlines, in the aviation community, but I want you flying home from bird church, all right? Don't just hear the stuff and then forget about it. That's what most people do. That's why most people fail. That's why most people are not pilots. That's why most people are not at majors. That's why most people are not in their perfect airline. You are not most people. I want you to take action and to take that next one step. So here's what I want you to do right now. Everybody here, all right? You're listening to this because you want to get somewhere. So here's what you're going to do. I want you to get that Notes app, whether hopefully it's Apple. If it's not Apple and you're a weirdo, whatever, it's cool. Get whatever Notes app you use. Write a list. We're going to start a list and we're going to start by putting the name of the company that you're currently at the top of that list. And then write the name of your final destination, like your dream place, like right at the bottom. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's okay. Put something down at the bottom so that you can adjust as you go and it'll be fine. And then in between the space, put a couple spaces in there. In between the space between the company that you are at now and the destination, like dream company, I want you to write the next 5 steps that you think you need to do in order to continue your journey toward that destination. Okay. When you reach one, I want you to cross it out and then add one more to the bottom of the list and keep writing them one by one by one. And you accomplish one, you cross it out, you write another one. So at any given time, you always have 5 until you're straight up right almost there and you get it. And then keep coming back to this list. And this will be your benchmark to help you reach your goal. And then when you do reach your goal, here's what I want. I want you to hit a screenshot and email it over to me, podcast@spitfireelite.com. I'll celebrate that with you, man. It is going to be awesome, freaking awesome. And it's worth every second. So take the steps that are uncomfortable, okay? At the end of the day, when we're at the bird church and I'm teaching you how to fly, it's time for you to take action for yourself and start flying. Hey, before I let you go, I need to mention one thing because a lot of people are asking me, can you do anything? Can you help me with this? And the answer is yes. At Spitfire Elite, we will make more millionaires this year than Major League Baseball will make in the next 5 years. Our company actually does this. It's called Spitfire Elite Interview Consulting. And you can find us over at spitfireelite.com. Our clients, they call us the easy button for interview prep because everything you need to crush your interview is there in one spot. Whether it's application review or interview prep, all of it is covered. We've helped thousands of clients who are now flying at their dream jobs because our coaches gave them the one-on-one feedback that they needed to succeed on the biggest day of their life. The best part of Spitfire is our community. All Spitfire clients will get access to our private chats where they can work with each other and they can work with our coaches and get the latest information on all the airlines. If you'd like to make sure that you are 100% ready to go on your big day, there is only one choice. Everything you need is in one place, and I think it's pretty affordable. You'll have to take a look for yourself. Just go over to SpitfireElite.com and check us out. Use the coupon code PODCAST and it'll save you 10%. And by the way, I will see you on the next episode. The statements made on this show are my own opinions and do not reflect, nor are they under any direction from my employer.